October 1993, and once again Earl's Court is the focus of attention for the world's motoring media and the eager throngs of people curious to see the latest offerings from the motor industry. There were many new cars on display in Britain for the first time, but for most visitors, the Volkswagen stand was a high priority, with no less than 4 new models on show. The long-awaited estate version of the Mark III Golf, the new Passat Saloon with its all-new body shell, and the Passat Estate. Finally, for many, the star of the stand, the new Golf Cabrio. Product marketing manager Bob Batty was at the show to talk first about the estate.
The Golf Estate is a totally new venture for Volkswagen. It's entering into a market that we've not been represented in before. However, it is a logical extension to the rest of the range. We now have the hatch, the Cabriolet and the Estate. It's entering the A-class segment where we've previously not been. However, it's very competitive in that segment of the market. It's up to 90% dominated at the moment by Escort and Astra. However, the bulk of those sales are driven from the fleet segment of the market. Predominantly the 3-door, the vehicles that are used by the fleet service engineer, by the representative who needs to carry goods around. The Golf Estate isn't aimed at that segment of the market. It's only available in 4-door. It's aimed primarily at the private user, or perhaps the business user who has a choice of vehicles to choose from within a range. It's probable that the type of people that are going to be interested in the Golf Estate are those that are perhaps driving A-class saloons at the moment, but need a little more space, perhaps for an expanding family, or from a leisure point of view. But also B-class owners for whom the Golf Estate offers more luggage space and more versatility, potentially for less money. Well, the Golf Estate is actually 32 centimetres longer than the hatchback. The roof drops at a steeper angle than the hatch, but the seat dimensions in the front and rear are exactly the same. With the back seats folded down, there's a massive 1,425 litres of luggage space. With the seats down, the luggage space extends to 164 centimetres long. And you'll notice that there's a clear 1 metre of space between the wheel arches. Even with the rear seats up, there is 40% more luggage space than in the hatch. The tailgate goes down to the bumper, and the rear seats are split folding. There are eyelets mounted on the boot floor for strapping down luggage that needs to be securely fixed. The estate car's got a revised rear axle, which enables it to take larger, heavier loads, the type of thing that you would expect people to put in an estate car. And also the rear suspension's been redesigned to take up less luggage space. The additional length of the estate cars enabled the fuel tank to be redesigned to take a full 60 litres to give a longer range, particularly with the TDI derivative. The TDI derivative will actually take you 683 miles on one tank full.
Impressive range figures from Bob Batty there on the new Golf Estate. A familiar name on the next model, but a sleek new shape. Product marketing manager Nick Berry takes us through the history.
The Passat is actually 20 years old this year, and this is its 4th generation of the vehicle, and we've sold worldwide about 6.2 million of Passats. The car is a new vehicle. It's not a facelift, it's more than that. 90% of the body panels in the vehicle has been changed, and the main emphasis on the vehicle is now safety. And we will see major improvements on the vehicle with airbags, seatbelt tensioners, and other safety features. We see the new Passat selling well next year, and will probably finish 1993 around 8,000 to 9,000 units and reaching 11,800 during 1994. In the past, we sold 12,000 cars in 1989, so we are confident of reaching this new figure. We see the car being very much business sector motor car, and we believe now with price and specification of that vehicle, we can aim it at Ford Mondeo, Citroën Exantia, the Toyota Carina, and that's the market that we're going for with both the saloon and the estate car.
And the VR6 version?
We see it as Peugeot 605, Vauxhall Carlton, the Rover 600, and the Toyota Camry V6 series. We see that car as, say, business sector. With us now rationalising the range with Golf Estate and Vento, we now see a gradual price alignment coming into the range that allows us to position Passat in a better part of the market than previously. It is no longer competing against Vento, which we had in the past, and with Golf Estate it allows much more flexibility for customers to be offered a range of estates that we didn't before. The car's changed dramatically, with 90% of the body panels being changed on it, and the car now has a complete new front grille and a total redesign of the rear of the car, especially the saloon, which now has a nice lip spoiler, and I think this gives a lot of character to the new Passat. 22 models in the range, with petrol and diesels, and we've tried to offer to the customer, especially the business sector customer, CL and GL trims with similar engines in. So this will appeal to the business sector stroke fleet customer. We will have 1800 2-litre diesels, and we will also see the new TDI engine coming in around March time. And of course the VR6, which we believe now will be priced far better in the marketplace. It's really now we have a diesel story to talk about through the Volkswagen range. We will cover with Golf and Vento and Passat now offering diesel. We believe that we actually now have something to tackle the market with. We would push airbags, central locking with deadlocks, colour keyed bumpers, electric sunroof, electric windows, rear headrests, tinted glass. Need I go on? I think the vehicle is well equipped. The new car features a flat boot floor, and we've removed the spare wheel hump from the present model. The saloon will attract ABC1 men, aging in the region of about 30, 35, with a family, and probably incomes in the region of 20 to 30,000 pounds. And it's going back to attracting people who previously had probably a larger motor car that are now slightly downgrading. The Passat estate is well established, probably more than the saloon, and that appeals to probably a slightly older male, 40, got again family, dogs, etc., and it has an image within that part of the market. As the market changes next year, the feeling is that people will start to downgrade through the business sector fleet market. Passat is the ideal vehicle for those people to move into. It's well equipped, it has status about it, and therefore we feel there'll be a big attraction to that vehicle.
And that's a pretty safe prediction from Nick Berry. And now into the spotlight, a new Cabrio. Bob Batty on its background.
The Cabrio's been around since 1949 with the Volkswagen Beetle, which was first introduced. Then things moved on, and the original Mark I Cabrio was born in 1979. It was at a time really when most manufacturers were shying away from the Cabrio market because of the stringent safety tests required, particularly in the US market. And the Cabrio actually passed those tests primarily because of the roll bar. It was one of the few Cabrios, or one of the only Cabrios around at that time, that could meet and exceed the US rollover safety tests. The Cabrio, whilst not in terms of volume, is particularly high compared to the rest of the turn-up within the Volkswagen range. It actually builds an image and a presence for the rest of the range, something for people to aspire to, and that rubs off on the rest of the vehicles that we actually sell. The Mark III Cabrio actually is quite different to the Mark I Cabrio. It offers more space in terms of the interior cabin, but perhaps as importantly, the old Cabrio faced some criticism for a lack of luggage space. The new Cabrio gets over that with a larger boot, but also you can actually fold the rear seats down to give a through load facility into the passenger compartment. The Cabrio is actually more streamlined than the Mark I Cabrio, and hence obviously reduces the amount of noise from wind as you're actually driving along. The windows on the Mark III are quite different to the Mark I in that they roll down flush with the body, and also the driver and passenger windows roll down totally out of sight, and there's no quarter light either. The Cabrio has a rear spoiler built into the boot. It's available in two models. There's the 90 brake horsepower, which is available both in 5-speed and 4-speed automatic, and the 115 brake horsepower Avant-Garde, which again is available in 5-speed manual or automatic. All models benefit from the same engineering and safety features, but all models have a standard front sport seats, all-round electric windows, central locking, they all have the benefit of power-assisted steering, height-adjustable steering column, the folding rear seats, height-adjustable driver's seats. In addition, the Avant-Garde has as standard a power hood, alloy wheels, colour-coded radiator grille, electric heated door mirrors, also the height-adjustable passenger seat. Visually it's differentiated with wider wheel housings and black wheel arches, benefits from sports suspension, it's got the white indicator lenses and darkened rear lenses and black door sills, and of course the onboard computer from the GTI. The roll bar is a tangible safety feature. It's something that's there all the time. It doesn't rely on complex technology to pop up in the event of an accident. In addition to the obvious safety enhancement, where it protects the occupants in a rollover situation, there are a number of other areas as well where it performs a vital use to the vehicle. First of all, it enhances the torsional stiffness of the vehicle, and you don't find the flexing as you perhaps do without a roll bar. Secondly, the seatbelt points can be mounted on the roll bar and provide for the exact optimum position for varying heights of driver and passenger. The bar also helps the hood in that it provides a rigid frame for driving with the hood up, and in addition to the hood, it also provides a smooth track for the electric window operation for the window housing. The Mark III continues with the tradition of the Mark I, and I'm pleased to say it does have a glass rear window, which is made of safety glass and of course can be heated as well for those frosty mornings. The market leader in the Cabrio segment is of course the Ford Escort. However, the market has become more crowded over the last few years, and we've seen the introduction of the new Astra convertible, we've seen the introduction of the new Peugeot 306 convertible, as well as the Renault 19. The new Cabrio really offers the stylish open-top motoring, comfortable four-seater motoring, and an unprecedented level of safety within its class. We found that buyers of the Mark I Cabriolet tend to be very loyal to both the brand and particularly the Cabriolet, and one thing that we've noticed at the show this week is that we've had numerous enquiries from existing Mark I owners eager to see the new Mark III.
So, 4 stunning new models from Volkswagen. You've heard the marketing story from Nick and Bob. Now it's up to you to introduce all those eager customers to the Volkswagen experience.